business. Not the salaried class, say 11%. So the salaried class feel it didn't benefit them. If you were to add that, that goes up to 50. Neither small nor big is 8. So that's 58%. So 58% are essentially saying that neither small nor big business benefited, the salaried class didn't benefit, and only big benefit. So if you look at it net, 6 out of 10 respondents are saying that they didn't feel that the Aam Aadmi or the salaried class benefited from Modi government's economic policies. If you take the data seriously, you have to come to the conclusion that this is a problem area the government needs to address. Yes, Rahul, but at the same time, the fact is our poll is also giving 66% are giving him a thumbs up for economic performance, which is why I'm saying these numbers at some time baffle us. Shweta Punj, you want to respond to that because someone in a way has to explain this to our viewers. 66% are saying outstanding or good performance by the Modi government, and yet as Rahul points out rightly, more than 60% are saying that neither small nor big business nor salaried class have benefited from the government's policies. So what is this, just a perception that a feel-good will be created when on the ground it clearly doesn't exist?
So there are a whole host of factors, I think, at play here. One, on the big business bit, I think the corporate tax cuts, of course, has played a role in fueling that perception. And the fact that the opposition has constantly kept up its attack, that Sood Boot Ki Sarkar has hit the Modi government, and it has not been able to just shrug that tag off. Regarding the support that the survey shows, you know, the whole package that was announced, we've had a series of packages that have been announced by the government. They're specifically targeted towards the bottom of the pyramid. So whether it's food, whether it's jobs, if you look at the kind of numbers that Manrega is seeing right now, there's been a huge spike. So people at the grassroots level, the migrant labor that went back to their homes, to their villages, to their towns, they were taken care of. They were given money into their bank accounts. They had food to eat. They had rations, free rations coming in. They even got jobs.
So you're saying that direct benefit cash transfers have worked. That's what's created possibly the feel-good factor, even while economic policies per se may be questioned. That's interesting. Let's see if we can get Gurcharan Das to respond to this seeming dichotomy between people's perception of who these economic policies are benefiting and what people think of the Modi government's economic performance. Gurcharan Das. And then Arun Kumar.
Well, I would say that one area where this government has not succeeded is in countering the old socialist perception that business is bad. And so, I mean, this is very dangerous because ultimately people stop distinguishing between pro-market and pro-business. And therefore, and this, you know, you need to sell this whole thing in a poor country, and we have failed to do that. Ever since 1991, we've been doing reforms, but doing them stealthily. Professor Kumar, you also want to respond to that dichotomy where the government's economic performance is rated high, even as economic policies benefiting people, there's a huge question mark. Yeah. As Shweta Punj said, many of these direct cash transfers of the government are seen as the strength of the Modi government. People getting cash in hand at the bottom of the pyramid.
So, you know, you're right. You know, these things have had an impact, but the implementation of many of these schemes have not been as good as was required. So there were complaints that a lot of people did not get rations or did not get transfers into their accounts. So there have been complaints, but you know,
there have been complaints, Professor Kumar, but let's be fair. The Modi government has used digital technology, Aadhaar, the Jam Trinity, effectively, many believe, to ensure at least that you get your cash transfers in your bank account.
No, so 2 points I want to make. First is, you know, the Atmanirbhar Bharat package was packaged very well. It tried to give everyone something, but you know, like the MSME where the 3 lakh crores was supposed to be given there, less than 50% has been given, and similarly to the 10,000 rupees that was to be given to the Redi Patriwalas also, less than 35% has been given as yet. So there is a lot of problem there, and 1 in 5 people are not able to repay the loan that they have taken. So there is a financial stress, and the RBI is saying that in the coming days and months, you know, the banking system is likely to show much larger NPAs, because these loans are unlikely to be paid. And let us also be clear, the Atmanirbhar Bharat package is a long-term and medium-term package. It doesn't have an immediate impact. If you take credit, your business will go up later. It doesn't happen immediately. So therefore, this idea that the perception is because of this, but I think I have another point to make, which is that the unorganized sector does not get counted.